thing is really, really fast. Hey guys, Gabby here from Ray Studios. A few months ago, I reviewed the UQi Plus Sport from Niu, and that video performed pretty well. And many of you have a few questions that I'm gonna be answering on this video. So most of you are basically concerned with what's legal and what's illegal, and what bikes need a plate and a dry license and which one doesn't. So I'm gonna answer this. So at least where I live in Xiamen City, and saying like in many other cities here in China, there are some regulations that are pretty strict when it comes to electric bikes. So I'm gonna cover what basically categorized as an electric bicycle and what doesn't. So to be perfectly legal and don't need a dry license or a plate, the seat cannot exceed 35 centimeters on length. And as you can see with my new bike, this is not the UQi Plus Sport, this is the NQi-S City. And this seat is clearly longer than 35 centimeters. Now, the bike to be classified as an electric bicycle, you need to have pedals. So this doesn't even look like pedal, but yeah, Canon's like categorized as pedals. So I'm good on that one. Now, the wheels cannot exceed 20 inches in diameter. And as you can see, I clearly exceeded that as well. And most importantly, the battery was under the seat, cannot go over 26 volts. I exceeded too. Okay, now that we have established what doesn't need a dry license and what doesn't need a plate, so is what categorized as an electric bicycle. Now here is where it gets very interesting. There is kind of like a legal loophole, and I say interesting because if I just remove one of these, so I have one in each side, I remove one of these, that will immediately became an illegal bike. But it's not like the bike is illegal, it's just that I removed the pedal and it's no longer a bicycle. So what happened here is that you might end up paying a fine called illegal modifications, just by removing a pedal. Now, if you, instead of removing a pedal, you just happen to change the wheels, change the battery, change the motors, it goes in the same category, illegal modification. So this bike right here, basically, it costs somewhere around 6,000 RMB or a little bit under $1,000. And to fully modify it the way I did, it costs somewhere around $2,300. So quite a big difference, but I can do 90 kilometers per hour with a range of 100 kilometers. So that's very impressive. And the acceleration is pretty damn good. But you can take it all the way to something like this. This is my good friend Atom, and he took it to the extreme. This bike costs 77,000 RMB. So this is something like a little bit over 11,000 US dollar. But this can do 0 to 100 in 4 seconds. I tested out. Once you put it into sport mode, you just hit it a little bit and the wheel just gone up like this. Pop a wheel immediately. It's really hard to control and it's incredibly fast. Now there are many little details, like right here, the brakes are Brembo. We have really big wheels with really high quality suspensions. Pretty much everything it is like you will have on a very expensive bike. Even look at this, the screen. The screen is fascinating. It's like the screen on a car. I don't recall having seen any motorcycle having this kind of like high-tech screen with colors. And so here is my point. Yeah, kind of like illegal, but even if the cops happen to get your bike, like I say, it's equally bad like just losing one of your pedals. So I don't see it, according to the law, as a very extreme kind of things. Even so, the bike is very extreme. You can still have fun. And so far, over 1 year with this bike, I was never pulled over by any cop, because it looks pretty much normal like any other bike. This one looks a little bit more fancy, I guess, but still, it is within the frame of a legal electric bicycle. So there you have it, guys. I hope this video was somehow informational, And if it was, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I often review electric skateboards, scooters, and now e-bikes. And very soon, electric cars as well. I'm Gabi, you're watching Ray Studios. Catch you up on the next one.